So gentlemen, we will discuss drum water level control. As I have already told you that in case of the boiler, there is a boiler drum which contains water, and the water is converted into steam, and for the safe running of the water, there should be a minimum level of the water which is to be maintained inside the drum, and to maintain that level we use drum water level control. Then further we use combustion control. How much fuel is combust, it means burning control. It means the rate of burning is controlled by feeding of fuel. And superheat temperature control. So when the superheat is generated in the superheater, and the temperature, you know from your previous classes that from the superheater the steam is superheated, but the degree of superheat particularly, that up to how temperature it is to be superheated may be differ, and it is to be controlled, and this control is known as the superheat temperature control. So these are the following topics which we are going to discuss. One is the introduction to the control of drum water level, the working of the control of drum water level, its line diagram. Then we will move to the combustion control, and then we will discuss the superheat temperature control. So all this comes into the category of steam station controls. So because of the need of the automation, as the automation is required to increase the labor productivity, to increase the efficiency of the individual plant, and also as the station as a whole, and for the improvement of the safety of operations, and for reliable functioning of the various instruments, we automated the various working in a thermal power plant. So the plant is made to be automatic. So combustion control, steam temperature control, feed water control, steam temperature water control, these are the very important topics in case of when we discuss the types of the control in a power plant. So the combustion control, superheat temperature control, line control are the important parameter on which these things are based. So comes next. In case of the drum water level control, the water level in the drum is measured with a pressure and temperature compensated level transmitter. At every temperature there should be a required level of the water inside that to maintain a temperature inside the boiler drum. So the pressure is measured and the temperature is also measured, and with the help of the comparison, further decision has to be taken that how much water is to be fed into the boiler. The drum level controller compares the drum level measurement to set points and modulates. Means what? We have already set the points, the levels at different pressure, that at this particular pressure the temperature should be this, and to maintain that temperature the water level inside the drum is that particular point. So whatever the difference between the pressure and temperature compensated level transmitter, this is used as a feedback. The feedback control valves now control to keep the water level in the drum as close to the set point as possible. Means we have to control the water level to the settled point or the specified point at that particular temperature. So sometimes a thermostat is working in that. As I have already told you, the signal is an input valve for the controller this signal is an input valve, means when the signal goes to that valve, it works as an input to the valve for the controller, and the controller operates the valve. It decide a position, and it may be depending upon the feedback, it may be either opening it or the person may be closing it. So it is type of a proportional output. The output is then passed to the boiler feed water valve, which then adjusts the level of the feed water flows into the boiler drum. So you can see this diagram. The diagram is self-explanatory. At the bottom you can see the feed water control, and whenever you can see in the boiler drum, and you can see the steam outlet as well, and here is the pressure temperature controller, and water level indicator is there. So whenever the level in the water decreases up to a point, then the pressure inside the boiler drum raised to a point, and that output is used as an actuator, which actuate the feed water control, and a set level is maintained in the boiler drum itself. Next is the combustion control. The boiler combustion control system is designed to maintain a proper air fuel mixture under varying load condition and within safe limit. Means whatever the load condition is there, whatever the load is increasing or decreasing, according to that the speed changes, and the plant should run irrespective of the speed. It should be work within the safe limit. The system should provide nearly complete fuel combustion as efficiently as possible. Both single point positioning and parallel positioning systems are used. Both are common, single point positioning or parallel position systems, both are common in this. So you can see this diagram. One is ID fan, which is at upper part of the boiler, and one is the fan, which is FD fan, which is at the lower part of the boiler, and combustion is totally controlled by this hand regulator, and the air supply is controlled by the air relay, and the fuel supply is controlled by the movement of the stoker inside the combustion chamber. So whatever the load is there, that according to that load, the fuel is or fuel that probably the coal is feed inside the stoker as per the requirement. So this is the line diagram. Superheat temperature control. You know that the superheat is generated in the superheater. The temperature is not allowed to fall below and rise more than a certain value. You know that the superheated steam is further used in the turbine, therefore it should have a particular temperature and a particular pressure. So we cannot allow to fall down the temperature from a certain value. The range is very close when the steam is used to drive a turbine. It is essentially to maintain temperature to within limit so that the thermal stresses are minimized. So you know that when the temperature is higher, the thermal stress is higher, therefore the temperature should be in a well safe working limits. Steam enters into desuperheater. If the temperature is very high, the steam goes to the desuperheater at a particular temperature, whereas manipulating the quantity of the spray water, some kind of the water is sprayed over the steam, which cools down it to the required temperature. So this spraying of water controls the outlet temperature. This temperature is sent to the superheater as input, and the outlet temperature of the superheater is fed to the turbine. The sensor provided at the outlet measure the temperature of the superheated steam and are compared with set point temperature. Means we have to keep the temperature limit of the superheated steam in a safe working limit. So for that we use the difference in the temperature as a feedback, and the difference is further utilizes to maintain the temperature through sensors within the set point limit. The difference between the superheated temperature and the outlet temperature of the superheated steam is called the deviation. So how much deviation is there? As I have already told you that the superheated temperature is having a high temperature at outlet, and the superheated temperature and outlet temperature of the superheated steam is called the deviation. Means this is somehow lower than the superheated steam, and this deviation is fed to the controller. The controller output valve controls the amount of the opening of the control valve. Depending upon the valve position, the amount of the spray water admitted in the desuperheated is manipulated. As I have already told you, in the desuperheater, its temperature reduced by the spraying of water, and how much quantity of the water is to be spared over it, it is decided by the difference between the temperature of superheated heat temperature of the superheated steam and the outlet temperature of the steam. So this is used as a feedback. So thank you. So in this particular class we have now covered the combustion control, the drum water level control, and the superheat temperature control. So these are the things which we have covered in this particular class. Thank you so much.